Put those down. What is going on, Movie Meals? We have a Jumanji non-spoiler review. Ton of videos. Again, if you've been watching some videos, go check out the big announcement video. Please go check that one out. You're going to see tons of videos of us in the same outfit. We're doing a ton of reviews, but let's just get into it. Non-spoiler review. Jumanji, The Next Level? Is that what it was?
Yes.
The Next Level. Kyle, what'd you think?
I thought it was a swell time. What I really enjoyed about this movie was that the chemistry of all the the chemistry of all the actors was still there as it was in the first one. The first one was a big surprise just in general because a lot of people were like, a sequel reboot thing to Jumanji, is that gonna work? But what really sold that one was that the cast was just so good and so charismatic and so funny together. Like every joke was able to work. And that chemistry is still back and it still works just as well in this one. Like, you still love every single one of those actors, despite them kind of playing some different roles than we saw from the first one. But it was still all there. There was plenty of stuff that was brought new to Jumanji, like all the new locations that they were at was really interesting. All the action sequences I thought were pretty good for the family comedy that it kind of pegs itself as. And I just think that it's a good watch. If you enjoy it as much as you did for Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, I think you'll still find that similar excitement that you got for that as you will here. So it because of the chemistry, like the chemistry is still able to make this series a lot of fun.
Yeah, the actors all do a great job. All the new additions are great. I really enjoyed them. All the tropes that I thought were going to, kind of the old man thing, we saw it in the trailers, but I thought maybe that was going to be, drag on for me. And just as it was starting to, they do some cool things that kind of refreshed it for me, and I enjoyed that. It's got the fun action. It's got some really good quippy jokes. I did not laugh as much as the first one, but overall I think it's a fun time. It's a good movie. I don't think it's going to do as well, and it set itself up for a very interesting idea for maybe another film, which I think is really good and interesting. But compared to the other one, it is a little bit, it's lower on the list for me for there. But I think I did a really good job with action. I really like the new additions, especially Awkwafina, and the villain I really like. He's like one of the Game of Thrones actors. He is great, and I liked him. So those are my positives. Kyle, what about you? What's your negatives?
Despite there being some differences, I felt like the majority of the movie was almost a bit of the same as what we saw in Welcome to the Jungle. Like, there was jokes that felt familiar to me.
Sure,
there was a lot of the parts that were so surprising about the first movie that still kind of were brought back into this one as well. Some of them paid off well, and that's why I think when they did stuff differently, like those payoffs of going back to what we saw before did work. But I think the majority of the time, like, it just felt very familiar despite the cast being so good and despite there being a few differences. I agree with Alex, like when it comes to some of the tropes, like with the old man bit and stuff, for me it did drag on. Even there were differences, like it still was a bit one too many times for me. So there was stuff like that as well. Some of the comedy doesn't quite hit as much as the first one did, I thought. But it's like I said before, I still think people are going to enjoy this just as much as they did for the last one. For me, I think it almost is there, but it's just a step down because it doesn't really go to the next level on, I hate myself, I lost my train of thought now.
Yeah, it's weird, the old man thing, right when I thought, man, I think this is starting to bother me. It was literally that scene, they fix it. And even for the characters in the film, they are annoyed by it as well, which is very interesting, the way they kind of are self-aware of it.
Yeah,
and
true.
I like that. Yeah. But for my negatives, it's a little predictable. It's got a lot of the similar tropes. Not a lot of the jokes are necessarily as funny as the first for me. There were some that were very funny. And overall, it was like, it was just a part of me, and that's about all I got. So you got anything else?
No.
Still a good little heartwarming movie.
Yeah, I do think some of the heartwarming moments are different than the first one, but those are the best moments, I would say.
Yeah, if somebody came up to me and was like, oh, that first Jumanji, you see it? I'd be like, yeah, it was underrated. It was really good. If somebody was like, oh, did you see the second one? I'd be like, yeah, it was all right, but if you missed it, I'd understand. Caught it on a Netflix later or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But guys, what did you think? If you've seen the film, please comment below. Let us know. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Go check out all the great videos. We got tons and tons coming. And as always, thanks for watching, man.
See you guys.